Well, Doc, more than 1,400 new cases over the weekend. Do the majority of these cases involve unvaccinated people?
Well, I don't know the specifics about who was vaccinated, not as far as the positive cases this past weekend. But what I do know is that the data is overwhelmingly demonstrating if you've been vaccinated, you have a lot more protection than someone who has not been vaccinated. But if you've had your booster shot, then you have even more protection. And right now, everybody out there needs as much protection as possible against this very infectious Omicron variant.
Dr. Quinn, one of the concerns that we're hearing is that there's an increased breakthrough with this Omicron variant. Are you finding that to be the case?
Yes, most definitely. A lot of people that have been infected are being a victim of what's called a breakthrough infection, meaning they've had their vaccinations and some have even had boosters, but they're still getting the infection from the coronavirus. And that's because this Omicron variant is more infectious, meaning that it's even better able to evade the protection of the vaccinations and even the booster. But I just want to continue to reiterate, the science is also showing that if you do get infected, if you've been vaccinated, you now in your body have those antibodies that can just really, really much more effectively fight it off compared to someone that has not been vaccinated. And if you've had your booster, the antibodies are much higher, meaning you have a much stronger defense system inside of your body. So if you do have a breakthrough infection, there's a much lower probability that you'll become very ill, end up in the hospital, in the ICU on ventilators, and or lose your life. So it's still so important to get vaccinated, actually even more so now than ever before.
Which booster is the best? Is one booster better than the other?
Right now, it's kind of varying depending on what research you're looking at, but it is confirmed that the messenger RNA vaccinations are better than the Johnson & Johnson. That's what the research is leaning toward. So if you get the Pfizer or the Moderna, you have that higher level of protection with that booster. And the good news is the FDA has now passed, in the CDC as well, where you can mix and match. So if initially you got the Johnson & Johnson, then you can get either the Pfizer or the Moderna. Or if you got the Pfizer or the Moderna, you have to wait 6 months from when you got your vaccinations, but you can get either one depending on what's available at the site that you go to for your booster, which makes it more convenient. And right now, we just need to get as many people vaccinated as possible. And if you've been vaccinated, get those boosters, because this Omicron variant is very, very infectious.
Real quickly, I got a second or two left. What's the big difference between Omicron and Delta?
Right now, the Omicron is being determined much more infectious. And a lot of it has to do with that spike protein. It has many mutations on that spike protein that gives it a great advantage, meaning it's able to latch onto your cells better and invade the cells. That's why this Omicron variant is being predicted to take over as far as the number of infections of people in the United States and in the world. So let's just get people vaccinated as much as possible.
Thank you, Dr. Quinn. Appreciate you dropping by on this Monday of Christmas week. How about that? Man, it's got here quick.
Thank you.